Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important property of CSS, that is border image shorthand property. Okay, so in this session mainly we are going to talk what is border image shorthand property, how do we use it, and what are the benefits of using it. So mainly the benefit is that through this property you can remove unnecessary lines of code. That means like so far we have discussed various border image related properties, right? So we can say that yes, it's a combination for all. Like if you want to apply all those property in just a single line, so in that case you can utilize this border image property. Okay, so that's the reason like we will cover each and every property again, but I'm assuming that you know individually like how those property work. Okay, now so to explain this thing in an easier way, I'll start with a program. Here you can see we have this simple program where we have just noted down the title in the head section, and there is one heading which shows CSS Cascading Style Sheet by Sharmit. Okay, after this if you save and see the output, it is coming like this: CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Now what we will do, we will put the topic name, today's topic name, which is border hyphen image bracket shorthand property. Okay, property, uh, border image shorthand property in CSS. So this is our main topic for today's session. So if I refresh it, you can see here. Okay, now before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to implement border image property. But prior to that, you should know what is border image source property, what is border image slice, repeat, outside, width, outset or width, because this image shorthand is a combination of all those property. Okay, fine. So let's proceed with the session. Now to demonstrate this thing, what I will do, firstly I'll create one div. On that div we will follow the traditional approach and will apply each and every property individually. After implementing that, I'll show you how we can reduce the lines of code with just single border image shorthand property. Okay, so let's continue. So here what I'll do now, I'll just create one div, one simple div. On this div we will assign one ID. So ID would be box. Then we can save it and refresh it. So after like once we have added the div, remember one thing, this is case sensitive. Okay, so if you are writing something with capital B, make sure to use it with capital B everywhere, otherwise it won't work. Okay, after this what we will do here, we will write the CSS for it. So in CSS, like we have three approaches: either we can go with inline CSS, or we can go with internal CSS or external CSS, but for now we are going to use the internal CSS, but it will work for all types. Okay, why I'm using internal CSS? Because with this approach I can show you both HTML and CSS code together. So here I'll just simply write here style. In style we will mention we will access this property, means we will apply the properties using the selector ID. So whenever we are using ID selector, we will use here hash. After hash we will write here box, then opening and curly braces, opening and closing curly braces, then we will apply the property. So let's apply the width property first. So here I'm setting the width as 600 pixels. Then we will set the height. Height is 300 pixel. After this we will write some apply some background color. So let's say I want to apply the background color as aquamarine, and then we can proceed with further properties. So I also want to apply some border to it. So to apply the border, let me apply here itself. So I'll write border, which would be 20 pixels solid. Okay, fine. Later on we will apply all those border image related properties that we want to apply here, because currently if I save it and refresh it, it will show a black border, but we are not looking for the black border, right? We want to apply some image. So currently it is coming like this, and we want image. So in terms of border. So here you can see I have already one image in my folder where my code exists. So here where my code exists, so here you can see there is one image. So this image I'm going to use for creating my border. Okay, so as it is in the same location, so there is no need to provide the further path. I can just simply use the name of the file. So here I can simply write uh, border image source. Here we will write here URL. In URL we will put the name of the image, which is border-image.png. Now you can save it, refresh it. Currently it is coming only in the four corners. Why? Because we have not applied the slicing. So let's apply the slicing here. So I will write border image slice. In slice we will make it as 27 and 27, which is width and height. So it is coming like this. Now I want to repeat it in a round manner. So for that I will apply here border image repeat. Here we will set it as round. Then you can save it and refresh it. So after a refresh you can see it is coming perfectly now, right? Similarly, if you want to apply border image outset, if you don't know about these property, then please go and check out previous session because they are very important. These properties are very important. Okay, so in border here in border image outset we will set 20 pixels. Okay, then we will apply border image width. Here we will set let's say 20 pixel itself. Fine, save it, refresh it. So currently it is coming like this, but let's change it to 5 pixels only. Yeah, now it's good. Fine. So you can see we have applied all these property. Now the question comes, we have applied this thing. So is there any other way through which we can apply these all property but in a single line? Yes. So for that purpose only we will use border image shorthand property. So what it will do, it will apply all those property just in a single line with the help of border shorthand image property. So to apply this thing, what I'll do now, I'll firstly comment it out because we don't want to use it anymore. Okay, and here you can see I've just commented out. Now after this we will apply all these property. So to apply the property we will use here border image. Okay, and then we will apply one by one all properties. So if I talk about the sequence of it, so sequence is like sequence and syntax is very simple. You just first need to pass the image source. So here I can directly write URL. In URL we will put the name of the image, which is border-image.png. Okay, after that we will apply the slice. Now to apply the slice, what you are supposed to do here is you just you can just simply put the slicing value. So here I can put space, then 27 and 27, which is width and height, then slash forward slash, then you can provide the value of the next value, which is after slice we can provide width. So here I'll set the width, which is 20 pixel, or yeah, 20 pixel. We can make it as 20 or 25. It's depend on you. Let's make it as 20 only. Okay, 20 pixel. Then you are supposed to set the value of outset. So here I can put 5 pixels. After a forward slash I will write here 5 pixel. Then after this we will apply the next, which is the repetition, like how we want to repeat it. So here I can simply put, so in case of repeat there is no need to provide this forward slash. You can simply write here round. Okay, that's it. Now if you save it and refresh it, you will see that there is nothing changed. Why? Because all these properties are applied in the similar way and still we can able to see the all things as it is. Why? Because they are similar thing, right? Instead of writing it multiple times, so how many lines we have reduced? 1 2 3 4 5. There were 5 lines. Now we are just writing in a one line. So that's the advantage of using border image shorthand property. Clear? Make it always clear that you have to write it in a same sequence. Like first would be image source, then we will provide the width. So let's keep it as width at the top. second value width, I think second should be slice. Yeah, second should be slice, first should be image source, then slice, then we can put width, after width we can put outset, and after outset we will use repeat. So this is how it works. Clear? Similarly, one more thing I want to show here, like instead of using border image, if you want to use some gradient, so that you can also use in the same way. You just need to write here linear hyphen gradient. Here we will mention the color, for example red and blue. Now you can save it and refresh it. So this is how it looks. Okay, so it is not mandated that we have to always use the border image. Instead of that, you can use the border uh, gradient as well, okay, as we are using here. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today, and with this session, like, we have completed all the required properties for a border image. From next session we will take another property and we'll start from there. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.